toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Turning it on. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
The blocking doesn't have to be perfect because this guy makes people miss and creates explosive plays.
Yeah, yards after contact really has been a big part of this rushing offense this season and obviously in this game as well. They've got guys that give tremendous individual effort. They are hard to bring down.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Now they're going to throw it. Back's got it. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he's going to bring this one out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Side adjustments here. Harris back to pass. He's going to go for a big one. Finds a spot down the gun of the knee. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end.
the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
The Dogs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quick pass on the fly motion. Finding open areas. Oh, he's got some space. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Bulldogs. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he tacks on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Will run the offense out onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Calls his own number. Got enough for the first down. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
What's important in this game, this offense, gets the running back involved out in the perimeter space when he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Fires downfield. He's got an open man. There he goes. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Reinbold. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Harris will throw. Trying to get behind the defense. Makes the grab inside the 30. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
You know, it's one thing to have all the accolades preseason and have all the expectations, but it's another thing to be able to go out and execute week in, week out. He's done that. He now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the year.
They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And into the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia.
This offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Extra point here will tie the game. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Troy is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to ULM. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Leaves it with the running back. Creates a little room. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Yeah, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he's feeling the heat, and he will go down. Final play of the first quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
I tell you what, man, defense is so hard to play now. So many people getting that extra down, going for it on fourth down, and not just in tiny situations. And on the other side of the field, you don't want to play defense in today's era, and you see why right there. They get the fourth down conversion. Now I'm stuck on the field for more plays.
Makes the grab. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the...
Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Tigers are flying down the field.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Working that left side now. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy when he gets his in space. He can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He's got the back in the middle. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Line getting set on second down. Gets the back moving. Wants to fire on second down. Flips it out to the back. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Complete in the middle. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Leaves it with the back. Got the first down and more. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation now.
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They knock him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
Oh, man, how about that? You get your first carry, you're so excited, trying to make a difference, trying to make a play, trying to prove yourself, and you coughed it up. That's not a good start. First carry.
There he goes. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Delivers the stiff arm. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Fires to the tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Gonna look downfield again. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This defense needing this energy from the crowd in a goal-to-go situation. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that lead grows even bigger. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. Time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Harris back to pass. He's got it. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down. Steps away. Fires on the move. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Plucks it out of the air. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. And on 2nd and short, no tight formation here. 3 receivers left. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Harris will throw. Under fire. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On 4th down, looking to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Georgia 14.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play, didn't gain any yards, but that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
The Bulldogs need to pick it up on 4th down. Quarterback making checks. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you...
Turning it on! The 10! Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners, and he kicked it in gear, got the long touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Florida Atlantic has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Boca Raton. They're up by 4 over USF. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here's the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Gets it to the back. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Trying to find his man in the middle. Catch inside the 30 and still running. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
You know, there's a lot of communication when it comes to defenses. Like, you have to talk, have to understand if somebody does this, I have to do this. I have to pass off wide receivers. Apparently, the communication was busted.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game. You've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And this offense trying to be physical inside the 5-yard line. I get it, but I tell you what, Palmer, this quarterback has earned some trust from me with the day he's had.
Yeah, right now he's thinking, put the game in my hands. I'm playing well, and I'm seeing the defense well. I see what they're doing from a coverage standpoint. Count on me to throw a touchdown here and help out our team.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Using the quick game. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Reinbold. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Harris back to pass. Hit as he throws. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the 2nd half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. The offense changing the play. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got his man on the right. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
He'll pull it on the read. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the wide receiver. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Gets it out fast. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down. Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in a snap.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Georgia going up tempo.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, you just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, and go on to the next play.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Harris will throw. Time to take a shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot and see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Oh, better look out. He breaks the tackle. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. And the Dogs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And there's really no question here, after not getting it on that last run play, down in the 4th quarter, 4th down, you've got to go. You've got to dial up your best play here offensively. Who is your best matchup, one-on-one, that can get you this 1st down? Keep the drive moving and keep your chances of winning this game alive.
Fires to the middle. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a daggone receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often than this one.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've been frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. Makes the quick grab. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
That quarterback putting his face in the fan, I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. Oh, he's got a chance. It's a seam wide open. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
LSU lining up first and goal. DB's right up on the receivers. They want to run this quarterback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And offensively, man, I think you want to, at this point in the game, with the clock running down in the fourth quarter with the lead, I want to add points to this, but I do want to chew as much clock as possible. Priority number one, though, getting that 6.
Second and goal coming up. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10.
LSU 38, Georgia 28.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Harris back to pass. Quickly to the flat wide receiver screen. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. to the air on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. First down here for the offense. He might want another play. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Here's a throw downfield late. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the...
Looking for a huge play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Taking it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. And as we get later in this game, Jesse, you want to keep moving the ball, being aggressive, but don't turn the thing over.
So how about getting the running game going right here, David, on this drive? Let those big fellas up front get some push, bleed the clock, move the chains.
Now, no need to get greedy. I know the passing stats and you want to score, but you're right. The clock right now is your friend with a two-possession lead.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
First and goal.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
Swings it out to his running back. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having to